Hey everybody, it's Fat Man from the Holler. Been doing a little bit of organizing around here, so I pulled out the Mech Junior 600 reloaders. One's for 12 gauge, the other one's for 410. A cousin of mine gave these to me, but here they are. I had to spend about $120 in parts. I bought this for catching the primers as you deprime the shot shells, and then the ring right here. And I pretty much have acquired everything I need for it. And then as you look at the top, you'll see your shot goes right here, and on this side your powder. Now I want to see if a soda bottle would fit, and a soda bottle will fit. I won't use a soda bottle for pouring powder into it, but I will use it on shot. Now I mean, that bottle's a little dirty, but it's just for a test. And I've acquired pretty much everything I need for doing this. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of much of anything missing. I mean, it's just something new, because me and my uncle used to reload everything by hand, and I mean, this is pretty simple situation. It's like the whole process in a nutshell. Just you can deprime, reload, and then right here you can do your crimp right here and everything, and vice versa. So it's not too bad. I've had to buy a little bit of equipment for doing this, but all in all, I think it's going to be a pretty good thing, because it's cheaper than buying shot shells. I mean, on rifles, a lot of people say if you use reloads on the rifle, it avoids your manufacturer warranty on most firearms, which isn't roughly a good thing. But on shotgun, I don't really care about all that, because I've rebuilt shotguns. I put pistol grip panels on shotguns. I've done all kinds of work on shotguns and turned them down to bare bones of nothing. Mainly Mossbergs. I like Mossberg 500, Mossberg 550, the Mossberg 835, and I'm not too hip to like a Mossberg 935, which is semi-automatic, but it's pretty simple for reloading shotgun shells, which is shot shells. So basically, in a nutshell, you need to have a mech for doing 410, 20 gauge, or 12 gauge, and even if you just have a Mech Junior 500, you can actually buy the kits to swap it over. So I can make a 12 gauge shoot. I can make it for reloading 20 gauge or 410, whichever. And it's not too bad. As far as reloading, all you have to have is 209 primers for shot shells, not 209 black powder. There's two different kinds, and that's a big thing right there. And having your powder and your shot and your wads, and I pretty much have everything right here to do it. Another thing is, it's not a bad idea to invest in a couple of books so you can have some different kinds of recipes of different powders, and then depending on what kind of shot shells you're reloading, and even if you're reloading metallics, small handgun or big handgun, or small rifle or big rifle, it's always good to have at least a Hornady or on-hand reference going about it. And I mean, the other reloading video, I have not got fully back into reloading, because it costs a little bit of money, as everybody knows, to get into reloading, but everything comes about the way it does. I have the single stage press and other videos everybody's seen, but this is my Mech Junior 500s, pretty much ready to go. I've been trying to get the parts and equipment and materials for reloading, which every time I try to get them, everywhere is always sold out, because you know how our government is, and all the new laws and all the mass shootings and all the stupidity, and making everything a little bit harder on the decent people. I mean, people always cry about guns or violence. Violence is a mentality. I've grew up in the country, and I've had guns ever since I was 14 years old, and I've never shot nobody. But this is for hobby only. And if you guys want to do anything, you can start somewhere. I mean, they have a lot nicer mech systems than this. As you can see, mine's a little dusty from sitting in the closet. And I mean, I just been doing my own thing. And if you look right here, you can see where you can adjust your charging, and then up here is your shot, and then your powder, and this bar right here for swapping it over for doing your shot or powder. The charging bar right here will move for shot, and it'll also move back for doing powder, as you can see. So it's not too hard to work with. It's pretty simple. I'm not responsible for anybody getting hurt, but if you're passionate about what you do, I'd advise getting some on-hand references and some books and doing some reading about the content of what you're going to be doing, and then start acquiring your equipment for reloading and your materials. And shotgun shells is pretty easily done. It just, all you have to have is 209 primers for shot shells, not black powder. Have your powder and the proper grain placement, and then you need to have your wad and your shot, and then crimp. And then you can always test your equipment by doing different stuff, because I've sat in here a time or two just to see if this was going to work. And I deprimed a lot of my shells, shot shells, and I saved all the old primers, and the primers pop out in this basket. And as if you look at the bottom, you can mount these to wood. I'm just going to make me a little plate to set this on where I can mount it, and then I'm thinking about putting wing nuts on it so I can have it on the side of a counter like so, and I have my wood under it, and I can put a clamp right here and a clamp right here so I can move it as I want to. Because I mean, most people reload have a good area, which I do not. But anyway, I just want to show everybody my Mac Junior 500 reloaders, a 410 12 gauge. And if you have a passion for doing anything, do it. Read, learn, ask questions to people that are knowledgeable, and have your on-hand books as good reference. And there's plenty of videos on many other platforms besides YouTube from actually manufacturers, dealers of reloading. And I'd advise watching and learning from those videos. Everybody have a happy 4th of July. Stay safe. That is all.